Team sports are a really important thing for developing minds to be a part of, and you can really tell who in their adult life never really was part of team sports growing up. Case in point, Kotaku. Halo Infinite's players love shooting you after you're dead. Is it poor sportsmanship? Good fun? Something else entirely? This article was posted on the 7th, because news is just that slow, I guess. There's nothing to talk about, no games to talk about, so I guess we're gonna drug out Halo Infinite and whine about something that's been happening in literally every shooter game, to ever exist, but I guess that's where we're at with Kotaku. When you don't have news, just talk shit about things that people have been doing for a long time in a hobby that you clearly do not understand. And it sometimes seems like you don't even really want to be part of it, but here you are. For years, the teabag has been the go-to competitive Halo taunt. You can condense an entire victory speech within a few seconds. You've likely experienced, if not doled out, a teabag at some point while playing Halo Infinite. Possibly you've even bought the teabag gun charm. Can I help you? I don't know how audible that was, but Bonnie just jumped up on the back of my chair and then just fell. You want to say hi? No, you don't want to say hi? Where was I? Possibly you've even bought the the teabag gun charm for some extra burn. But I've noticed a different phenomenon from my opponents that appears to be done purely to brag. Because apparently teabagging is not done to brag. But unlike a teabag, the barb only lands after a match is done and the victor is crowned. You also can't really do much against it. You literally just described teabags. Like, that's what I mean when I say that it's just a slow news day, so they're just finding anything they can talk about. Like, you literally just described teabags, but now we're talking about shooting bodies because it's apparently a completely different thing, even though everything you just said is applied to a thing that you just waved off as being okay. Teabags are okay, but also all these things about teabags, it's not okay about this. Oh my god, I hate this website. When you die in Halo Infinite, a camera will hover over your body, showing the match play out from a third-person perspective for a few seconds before you respawn. It's literally in every Halo game. I don't know why you specified Halo Infinite. After you lose a particularly tense firefight, sad trombone, you would know a lot about losing firefights. It sounds your opponent empties their weapon into your dead body. Sometimes it happens after the end of a game. You'll lay down your arms because the match is over. They'll shoot you dead even though it has no bearing on the scoreboard whatsoever. Yes, in an online game with guns and other real living people experiencing the game in real time with you, it's fun to rub in your victory. The match is over, or the team is already dead, and yeah, you just continue shooting them to be like, hey, yeah, fuck you, I got you, I got you so good. I mean, it's the same reason people do like victory dances after a touchdown, or stupid fucking soccer players do that stupid fucking slide on their knees after they score a goal. This is completely normal in a competitive environment. You're competing in a thing with other people. You beat the other people at the thing, so you find a way within the rules and the confines of the thing to rub in your victory. In video games, it's teabagging, it's shooting the body, and it's usually a lot more effective than emoting. Of course, such behavior has existed in every prior Halo game, but we're only bitching about it just now. But I've really started to pick up on it more in Halo Infinite, in no small part due to the game's post-mortem camera, which lasts 10 seconds and offers no way to speed up your revive. Non-masochists can use the shoulder buttons to tab to third-person views of their teammates, and I've started to wonder what gives. Buddy, have you really never played Halo? Like, you contradicted yourself like 6 times already. First it was with, oh, teabagging does this, but shooting bodies also does the same thing, but this one's bad. And now it's like, oh, this thing is in Halo Infinite, but it's been in every Halo game. And now it's like, oh, Halo Infinite has the post-mortem camera for 10 seconds. That's literally been in every game since Halo 1. Like, how are you just now catching on to this? And what do you mean non-masochists can tab to views of their teammates? By non-masochist, do you mean just people with averagely thick skin? It's a video game. Everyone's playing under aliases. No one knows who you are. If it upsets you that people are beating you, A, get good, or B, play something else. My initial read is that it comes from a place of poor sportsmanship. The teabag is a taunt, near universal in its intent, a quick way to say, gotcha. How is that any fucking different than shooting the body? But when people start shooting you, the intent is less clear. The intent is to say, gotcha. It's not that deep. In many cases, I see it come from a team or from an individual player that I've been trouncing. What the fuck does trouncing mean? Hang on. Define trouncing.
Trounce means defeat heavily in a contest.
Oh. You work for Kotaku, you haven't trounced anything. There's the unmistakable sense that I've gotten under their skin, to the point where I can almost hear the obscenities through the screen. I don't use a mic. The act of shooting me after I'm dead seems retributive. It's poor sportsmanship, obviously. See, buddy, if I'm playing a multiplayer game, if I'm playing Halo, if I'm playing COD, if I'm playing Splitgate, if I'm playing any, like, respawn shooter, and somebody starts, like, in the middle of the match, somebody starts shooting my body or teabagging me, my first thought is not, wow, what a poor sport. My first thought is, wow, I must have been fucking stomping this kid if he's this excited about killing me once. That's usually my first thought. Or if it's someone who has been killing me and then all of a sudden he starts teabagging me and shooting my body, my first thought is, wow, he probably has a Twitch stream with 2 viewers right now and one of them is his phone. And then I move on with my life. You keep laying out the answer to your question and then getting mad at the question. I don't understand. Or so I thought. You often see people do it in ranked matches too. Yes, because ranked matches are more competitive, so people are going to be more excited about doing well. Not opponents, but your teammates. Since ranked is the only playlist in Halo Infinite that allows for friendly fire, after a match is over, you'll see teammates shooting each other. No repercussions, no hard feelings, it's clearly just for kicks. What's retributive about teammates horsing around? Yeah, again, it's a virtual world. There's no real world consequences for anything that you do. The game ends. There's no repercussions. Yeah, shoot your teammate. What the fuck? Why not? Fuck it. I interpret the shooting of teammates or like the teabagging of teammates after the game ends. I interpret that as like at the end of a football game, when everyone on the winning team goes and dogpiles each other, or dunks the Gatorade on someone's head. Like, the person at the bottom of the dog pile, or the person in all the Gatorade, probably isn't enjoying it all that much, but they're like, you know, it's the energy of the victory, it's the energy of the game, you know? No one's hurt, except you, I guess. Somehow. So I found myself at somewhat of an impasse, one exacerbated by the fact that I can't grok any possible strategic angle either, or at least for those who do it in the middle of a match. Teabagging in FPS games is a really bad strategy since it leaves you vulnerable to counterattack. One researcher who published a study on the science of teabagging told Kotaku, of all people, in 2017. You hired a researcher to research teabags. Kotaku? What? But the continue shooting your body after you're already dead bag, we can workshop that, is even less of a sound strategy. If you do it in the middle of the game, you're not just leaving yourself open, you're also wasting ammo for no good reason. Yes, that is the point. That is the point. You're leaving yourself in the open, you're putting yourself in harm's way, specifically to rub it in someone's face that they fucking suck. Which is probably why it's getting to you so much. It's the same reason people style on people in fighting games. Like, have you ever heard of like people styling in fighting games, or people disrespecting in fighting games? It's when 2 people are playing and one person is so just overwhelmingly better than the other player, or they really want to rub it into the other player that I am better than you, and they want to get it in their head. So instead of doing the optimal thing, I competed in Melee for a long time. I fucking love Smash Melee. Melee is the most fun esport to watch, don't at me. But 2 people are playing, one person wants to make a statement, so instead of doing the optimal thing, they will do something completely unoptimal, completely putting themselves in harm's way, but it looks really cool and it really gets in the other person's head because, wow, was that not a smart thing to do? And wow, did it still work out for me? This is what I mean when I say you can tell when people have never done team sports in their life or anything competitive in their life. Like, this is just basic competitive spirit. It's part of competition. Competition, be it in a sport or a video game or in anything, competition isn't just the literal action of the game, the literal rules and confines of the game. It's also the mental part, the mental strength, the mental fortitude, getting in your opponent's head while keeping your own head locked down and focused. That's part of competition. How do you not get this? But the motivation here at the end of the day matters not. Whatever the impulse, there's a non-teabag taunt in Halo Infinite and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon. Now if only it had a name. I haven't played Infinite yet. So I don't know if you're referring to something specific. I just don't know. Teabagging is wonderful. Shooting bodies is wonderful. In-game disrespect in competitive multiplayer games is never going to go anywhere, and that's a good thing. Every game has their own form of in-game disrespect. In Gears, it was like the back and forth wiggle that people did on your body, the little dance people did on your body. In fighting games, it's going for something completely unoptimal to get a reaction out of the crowd and get in the opponent's head. And yes, in first-person shooters, it is teabagging, it is shooting the body. If these things bother you, go play against bots. Toodles.